Good afternoon, I'm Rob Boskamp, and you're listening to South Texas Midday. Thank you for joining me. It's Thursday, January 15th. In the Rio Grande Valley City of Progreso yesterday, a judge signed a restraining order against the city, preventing the mayor from terminating the city manager. City manager Pete Trevino filed a lawsuit against Progreso and Mayor Hugo Gamboa on Monday. According to the lawsuit, Gamboa improperly terminated Trevino. The restraining order keeps Trevino in his current role until a hearing on January 28th. His employment contract expired on Wednesday. Last month, the city council met in executive session to discuss Trevino's employment contract. Members of the city council voted 4-3 to extend Trevino's contract for another year. Gamboa vetoed the motion. Valley Central News reported that Trevino has clashed with Gamboa during his time as city manager and that Trevino had never worked in government. In Progreso, the city charter requires the city manager to have previous city manager or administrator or assistant city manager experience and or degree in a field related to city government. Gilberto Salinas, president and CEO of the Greater Brownsville Incentives Corporation, has been named to the Texas 100 Influential Pros to Know for 2026. The annual list is curated by Texas business journals and highlights leaders who are expected to outline business and economic trends this year. The Texas 100 is compiled by business journals in Austin, Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio, and recognizes individuals across sectors such as technology, real estate, sports, and economic development. Salinas' inclusion reflects Brownsville's rising profile in the state's economic setting. The city continues to attract large-scale investment tied to aerospace, energy, and international trade. After almost 2 months after a multi-use facility collapsed during construction, San Diego ISD held a public meeting yesterday with district leaders, the community, and contractors to learn more about the structural failure.
The investigation includes a review of structural design, manufacturing specifications, erection procedures, and compliance with approved plans and industry standards.
That was Stacy Schiffbauer with Pentagon Services speaking at Wednesday's meeting, audio courtesy of Chris 6 News. Schiffbauer provided few details to district leaders about the incident that happened last November, citing the investigation is ongoing. Pentagon Services said they will complete the project and cover all costs as construction moves forward. Chris 6 News reports that Ramiro Munoz, a project engineer, said high winds may have played a role in the collapse. He also confirmed the structure was missing tailbacks or support braces which stabilize the frame. Munoz said they'll work with the district and Pentagon Services to improve checkpoints through the project's duration. District leaders still with questions went into executive session Wednesday to discuss their legal options. The trial against former Uvalde police officer Adrian Gonzales continued this morning at the Nueces County Courthouse. Lon Gonzales has your latest update.
Former Uvalde police officer T. Daniel Coronado was on the witness stand this morning in the trial of Uvalde ISD police officer Adrian Gonzales. Gonzales is being charged with 29 counts of child endangerment in the aftermath of the Robb Elementary School shooting in March 2022. Coronado was one of the first officers on site after getting a call about an active shooter at the school. His body camera was the focus of testimony this morning as he and other officers attempted to make their way into the school building.
Okay. Uvalde, they're saying that he's possibly in the building on the... Oh, shots fired! Get inside! Go, go, go!
Coronado also outlined Gonzales' position in regards to the shooting taking place at the school, adding that he had not taken his service weapon out of the holster at the time the shooter was already inside the campus building. Testimony continues this afternoon with possibly more law enforcement officers present at the scene of the shooting. For KEDT News, I'm Lon Gonzales.
As of early January, over 4.1 million Texans have signed up for individual health coverage through the Affordable Care Act marketplace. That's according to data from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. About 3.97 million Texans enrolled in ACA health plans in 2025. Open enrollment ends today for coverage to begin on February 1st. And as reported on NPR's Morning Edition, a Trump administration official has confirmed that sweeping cuts to mental health and addiction programs worth more than $2 billion has been reversed. Letters terminating funding went out late Tuesday night, sending shockwaves through the country's public health system. The decision was reversed the next day after political backlash. Coastal Bend Wellness Foundation CEO Bill Holscher had issued a statement on social media at the time of the original announcement that Coastal Bend Wellness Foundation would have been forced to shut down 3 federally funded programs serving individuals struggling with substance use, mental health challenges, and homelessness. Had the cuts been carried out, it would have left about 185 people without care, cut 12 staff members, as well as $1.5 million in critical community services. About 40% of patients in Texas state hospitals have been admitted for more than a year, according to state data shared Wednesday. Long stays like these can mean people have to wait longer for mental and behavioral health services, but many people encounter barriers to discharge. KERA's Abigail Ruman reports.
More than 250 patients who have been in state hospitals for at least a year are considered ready for discharge, but can't be released. Wendy Johnson is a member of the state's Joint Commission on Access and Forensic Services. She says barriers to discharge, like not having somewhere to go, can mean longer wait lists for new patients.
A lot of people have been there for 3 years, which obviously delays a new person getting into the state hospital.
There are 10 state hospitals for people with mental health issues. Barriers can also include lack of health insurance and need for support outside of the hospital setting. I'm Abigail Ruman in Dallas.
The Region 3 Education Service Center Board of Directors will hold an election for board members in March, which includes northern counties of South Texas. Places on the board to be filled in the coming election include Place 2, where the board member must reside in Wharton County, Place 6 for DeWitt and Lavaca counties, and Place 7 for Goliad and Karnes counties. A board member must be a U.S. citizen, at least 18 years of age, and a resident of the county being represented in the ESC region. They must not be engaged professionally in pre-K through 12 education, nor be a member of a board of any educational agency or institution other than the State Board of Education. Those who are eligible and wish to seek election will need to file in person at the Service Center's office in Victoria or by certified mail between February 1st through the 20th. Filing forms can be obtained at the ESC at 15,555 U.S. Highway 77 North in Victoria, zip code 77904, or from the superintendent of the local school district. And in college basketball, the UTRGV Vaqueros women's team will be in action as they enter their home court tonight with an 8-8 season record and a 5-2 slate in Southland Conference play. They will face 2-12 Southeastern tonight. Texas A&M Corpus Christi women's team will also have SLC play tonight against McNeese at the Hilliard Center. They enter home court 2-12 this season, 1-6 in conference play. The two South Texas teams will then swap opponents for home conference games on Saturday. McNeese takes on UTRGV and TAMUCC will face Southeastern this weekend. And that is the latest news and information on South Texas Midday. I'm Rob Boskamp. Your community arts calendar and more is on the way.